welcome to the Northland. So, I know you saw the, well, most of you anyway, probably saw the short with the snow. As you can see, we got dumped on again. 2 weeks before Easter, so we got National Mustang Day coming up on the 15th, I believe. I'm not so sure we're going to get the car out on National Mustang Day. Last year for National Mustang Day, kind of a similar, we didn't have the big snowstorm, but we still had salt on the road, so I wasn't able to get the car out then either. So anyway, today we are going to install a new part. Since I'm not really considering this an upgrade, it's more of a repair, and I'll show you why in a minute. But for right now, let me flip you around and let me show you what we got. So this is what we got. Take it out of here very carefully, and let's see, I'm trying to do this one-handed, so please bear with the shoddy camera work. Come on out. There we go. All right, we have a new, I don't know if you can tell what it is. Set it up here carefully. This is a new deck lid panel. Couple of reasons why I did this. These are just hairs, by the way, not scratches. We did this. As I'll show you, the one that came with the car that is on there now is cracked, and my fault. I was attempting to get the GT badge, the chrome GT badge off, and at least I think it was that. Maybe it was the horse I had. Anyway, I was removing a badge at one point, and I don't know if I just didn't separate the adhesive enough or whatever, but pulling on it, somehow it got cracked. And now for the most part, you don't see it, but I know it's there, and I want to get rid of it. The other thing I want to do is I kind of want to get rid of the GT. Don't get me wrong, I love my car. But there's kind of a psychological thing to this, right? Somebody pulls up behind me, they're going to say, oh, GT, maybe they have a Shelby or whatever. Or maybe it's somebody in a Camaro, and oh, it's just a GT, whatever. Okay, fine, but I got a little surprise for you under the hood, right? But now they don't know what it is, because I'm not going to put the GT back on there. I've decided I'm going to do something different. I'm thinking about putting this on. Now, I'm not a big fan of chrome, but even though it's kind of shiny like chrome, I wish they had a red one. Anyway, I'm thinking about putting that on here. Obviously, it would look something like that. For those of you that have seen the front of the car, you know that I have the big silver Steeda windshield banner at the top of the window. So I just kind of figured it's, it'll match front and back. So, and if not, I can always take it off. It's just a sticker. So the other thing I would do if I don't do that is I think I'm gonna put the black horse back on, the running horse. And I also, the red running horse I had on the front of the car, I think I'm gonna take that off too. I'm gonna put the black one back on. So tell me what you think. If you don't like it, if you prefer the red ones, let me know. I'll tell you right now, though, that I am not going to chrome. I'm just not now. Anyway, all right, I'm going to put this on. I will show you step by step what we're going to do. I'll try and record as I go. Otherwise, I'll just have to film step by step, tell you what I'm doing, and show you how it's done. So, all right, let me flip you around, and let's begin. Before I begin, I want to give a shout out to a couple people. First and foremost, my son Chase and his bride Ariel. So congratulations on your wedding. It was a fantastic wedding, a great event, and I hope that you guys have many years of wedded bliss ahead of you. So I also want to say thank you to Sean for subscribing to the channel. He has just decided to join the family, and I hope that you will find some of this enlightening, maybe educational, otherwise, if nothing else, entertaining. So Thank you, Sean. And I'm going to flip you around now, and we're going to begin this project. As you can see, there's some, at least I hope it shows up on camera anyway, we got some minor scratches here. Where was the... whoa, where am I? Here we got some goobies there. We got a little something here, so I think that's where the crack is, right there. So anyway, this is just freaking plastic, and it scratches very easy. So I kind of learned some things. So hopefully, I'm going to refrain from touching it. And hopefully that won't happen anymore. Just like when we did the spoiler, first thing obviously is to pop the trunk. Now, we have all these little Christmas trees to get rid of. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. We got to take these little rubber plugs out. We're going to work it around this and remove this, or not remove, but disconnect the latch there. We'll pull this off, and then I'll go to the next part. Just like last time, we're going to take our handy dandy little tool here, and we're going to pry all these out one at a time. That's all they are, just little clips. So there's one. Sorry about the shoddy camera work. And 2. And you get the idea. I'm going to do the rest, and we'll come back. These rubber plugs, I don't know if there's a special way you're supposed to take these off, but the easiest way I've found is just to kind of pull and unscrew, and they come out pretty easy. As far as this goes, you don't have to take this off. The hole is big enough, you just kind of work it around. Obviously feed that through the hole in the cover right there, and then you can just kind of work it around that and remove the liner. All right, let's go to the next part. Next up, we're going to take these I don't know, these little covers, and they hold, or they cover up these little bolts here. They're pretty simple. Sometimes you can just use your fingers to pull them off, otherwise you use a pry tool. Some videos may tell you to take this off. Again, you don't need to, and same with this cover, you don't need to take either of those off, although they are easy to come off. This cover just pry off if you get beneath it, and this is just it just disconnects from the cable. If you just push this down, you can remove the cable. So it's not difficult, but it's just an unnecessary step, in my opinion. So I figure the less steps there are, the better. And then we're going to remove the plug for the camera, backup camera, and it's pretty simple. It's just your typical plug. You just push on the back of it, see it move, and then you can just pull it right down. All right, now we're going to undo those 4 bolts, and that is I believe it's a 7mm. Now, just like the when we did the spoiler, make sure you do not drop these bolts in the trunk, otherwise it will rattle for eternity and will drive you crazy. Did the spoiler, I recommend going very slow, and what I do is I use a magnet. I just put the magnet on the end of the socket to help secure that bolt, but you still have to go slow and be very careful so you don't drop them. Got all 4 of those bolts removed. Where is it? There we go. Now what we're going to do is there's a couple of, I'm going to try and show it here. Where's my finger? There we go. Right. So right there, there's a metal tab there, or maybe it's plastic, I don't know. There's a tab there. We're going to disengage those first. Reason is we have to pry this panel off. Try to do this with my hand here. And you don't want to pry from the top. I'm afraid that even if you cover this with tape, you'll either dent it or scratch it, pulling it off. So we're going to try and disengage that first from the inside and push. And if we have to, we'll come in from the side to pry it, or from the bottom. All right. Panel is removed. We are going to clean this up before we reinstall the new one. These clips got to be taken out of here and installed into the new panel. I'll show that in a minute. And if you're going to do this yourself, there is okay, keep this in mind. These brackets here, one on each side. there's little lips here. So you can't just pry it off. You got to lift these, get these back pieces out, and then kind of lift and wiggle it and all kinds of just play with it and get it up. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the camera and install that into the new piece. So that wasn't completely accurate. I don't think it's a 7/32. It doesn't quite fit right. It's a 5 millimeters too small, 6 millimeters too big. If you have a 5.5 millimeter, that will probably work just fine. But again, when you're putting these in, just make sure you're not He-Man. Remember, you're screwing into plastic, so just snug is all you need. Panel is in. That's not a scratch, that's hair or something, fuzz. Like I mentioned with the little clips right there, so it just slides in, and then if you just push up towards the camera, and it should just snap into place. You should hear it snap into place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to replace these 4 bolts, replug the camera, and we're pretty much done. So it's just reverse order. All right, we got our 4 bolts in. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna, don't forget to plug your camera in, otherwise you're gonna have to take stuff back off. Okay, sorry about that. Heard a click. All right, now we just got to replace the tabs and the liner. And just like, I'm trying to do this one-handed. So just like when we took them off, easiest way to put them back in, as far as I know, is to screw them back in. I don't know if there's another way to get these off. Go ahead and comment below, let me know. Always looking for a easier, better way to do things. So, anyway. Okay, those are in and tight. Now we got to replace all the little Christmas trees, and we should be good. Here's the new panel. So, I wish the Steeda thing was bigger. Obviously, this panel came from Steeda, but now it matches kind of the front, the windshield banner anyway. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think. All right, so tell me if you like it or not. Not too terribly hard. The hardest part is probably getting the old one off, getting the clips out of the trunk without damaging the trunk itself underneath, scratches and stuff. Obviously, you don't want to scratch anything. Water gets in there, and then you're going to start getting rust and stuff. So use some of the nylon pry tools and try and push up from the inside or push out from the inside. And then just pry up from the outside. Go from either the bottom of the trunk or the side of the trunk. Don't go from the top. You don't want to create any scratches or have any dents that are going to be visible on the outside anyway. So make sure you smash that like and subscribe. Even if you didn't like the video, hit that like button with whatever you have handy. I'd really appreciate it. Tap the little bell at the bottom. That way you'll be notified any time I upload a new video. And I got something in my eye. Other than my fingers. Share it with anybody you think may have an interest, and you know what I like to say. Even if you don't think they'll be interested, share it anyway. Until next time. I'm not sure exactly when the next video will be. Let me flip you around quick. Obviously, we have plenty of snow yet. We are like, I don't know, 1 week, week and a half, I don't know, something before Christmas. Or Christmas. What the hell am I thinking? I think snow, I'm thinking Christmas. Easter. So, it's going to be a little while. Again, tell me what you think. Comment below. Do you like the Steeda badge on there? Like I said, I wish it was a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll contact them and see if they have a bigger one. But that was the biggest one I could find on their website. Or my other option that I'm thinking about doing is going with the black running horse, which I had on at the very beginning when I bought the car. Took the chrome horse off, put the black one on. So if you want to see that as a comparison, you can go back and look at some of the very earliest videos and tell me what you think. I'm probably also going to, like I said, replace that red running horse on the front, and I'm going to put a black one up there. I do have a couple of them. So until next time. stay safe. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.